2 days of hearings have wrapped up with lawyers for both sides suggesting there are problems with the lines that have been drawn. And then there was a surprise at the end.
That indirect initiative was withdrawn.
Oh,
So we can take that off the calendar from my perspective.
okay.
And I think I've just learned this as well.
It was a bombshell moment that came at the end of Friday's court hearing over redistricting. The Utah Republican Party dropped its plans for a citizen initiative going before the legislature to undo Proposition 4. Instead, they're going to take it to voters in 2026.
Ultimately, there were people that asked questions as to whether or not the courts would allow us to remove an initiative that was done through a direct initiative if we were doing it through an indirect initiative. We're fine, complying with whatever hoops want to be thrown our way. We believe the people of Utah deserve to answer this question.
The plaintiffs in the redistricting case, the League of Women Voters of Utah and Mormon Women for Ethical Government, were gearing up to ask the judge for an injunction blocking it. They found out from me about the move.
I think it was wise for them to withdraw their indirect initiative. It's, as far as I know, it's never been done in Utah. They will find out just how difficult a real initiative is. We went through that in 2018, and it was hard.
Prop 4 created an independent redistricting process until the legislature overrode it and passed its own maps. Voter rights groups sued, and the judge sided with them, throwing out Utah's current congressional map. Lawmakers were ordered to draw a new map that she's now considering, alongside maps drawn by the plaintiffs. The maps were the focus of another long day of testimony on Friday. The man who drew the legislature's maps was one of the witnesses.
Did you consider the partisan makeup of any of the 4 districts?
No.
He insists his map complies with Proposition 4, and though it may lean Republican, he says it doesn't exactly favor them.
Do you think Democrats can win any of the districts under the enacted map?
My first reaction was I heard the partisanship of the districts, and I thought, well, they're going to make a lot of hay about this. And then the second reaction was, wow, if the Democrats run Ben McAdams in one and Evan McMullen in another, they're going to have half the delegation.
Lawyers for the plaintiffs tried to suggest he used partisan data, something the legislature did not allow.
So you were not told by anyone, don't use this program, don't have the political data showing while you're drawing the map.
That's right.
And you didn't use an option to hide the political data from the screen as you were drawing the map.
Well, it was set to a worthless standard, which was the default composite going back to 2012. So even if I'd looked at it, it wouldn't have told me anything.
Utah's congressional boundaries now rest with the judge.
She has a lot of work ahead of her.
Now, we don't know when the judge will issue her ruling, but we do know that November 10th is the last day. The Lieutenant Governor says she can accept a new map in order to get ballots ready for the 2026 election. At the Matheson Courthouse, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.